Because again, we're talking about with so many matchups, if you go to even like, a Genesis or any kind of major event, even MomoCon later this year, something like that, you're going to see top players that have dropped games to players that are really, not notable at all or barely notable in like their regions. But the adaptations in games 2 and 3, or even if they lost game 2 into game 3, is something that is so crucial to be a top Smash player. And those adaptations are what set them apart as we start right now. And it looks like Vendetta's going to need to adapt a little bit here as the Sheik already putting on some damage. But that's the archetype of this character.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of death by 1,000 cuts when you're playing against Sheik, especially someone like Senn. The only problem that I will say that Sheik will experience is when Ken does land, whatever hits maybe, like a landing nair into the Tatsu, those hits add up so much faster than Sheik's. Like right there, breaking through the bouncing fish with the Tatsu is so many ways to just be disruptive and interruptive to Sheik's natural flow state. And if you get hit with any of those down tilts like at center stage right now, it's basically lights out based off how light you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's the age-old quality over quantity, right? Ken's a much more quality. You're going to get a lot better, stronger hits when you actually hit it. It's extended damage and kills like that right there. But Sheik is just going to be able to nickel and dime you to death with just hit after hit after hit that does just a little bit of damage.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think it's going to be pretty important for Vendetta to at least try and secure some victory is just went right through it, and it's using the focus to get back to stage and get through some of these ledge traps even wrong. Great job by Senn setting up the back air kill, one of the stronger kill options coming out on the side of Sheik, but I think if Vendetta's actually able to slow down the pace of the game using these autos to control the stage and basically force Senn to approach aerially, it's going to create a very linear game for him to adapt.
Yeah, it really is. And again, this is much like a lot of Smash games. It's again, here we go. Got to hit into the up B combo. Gonna get the kill. It's all about the lead if you're gonna be Senn right here, right? You've got to get the lead on a Sheik. Sheik is a character that wraps up damage so easily and loves to play with that lead because it takes a moment to find those kills, to find the stocks that you need. But if you're playing from behind, like a stock behind right now, it can be tough because, again, you've got to get so many hits just to get someone to kill percentage. So Vendetta playing this very well, making the most of his opportunities, not allowing Senn to get any kind of comfort or a lead that he can run away with.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you're kind of alluding to as well is that Senn almost has to assume so many more risks when you do fall behind.
Yes.
Especially on a stage that's so neutral to both characters like PS2. I think it would be kind of almost behoove Senn to go and condense the stage down so Ken doesn't have that room to just kick back and start throwing the autos and anticipating your jump in with something like an up tilt or something else along those lines. If you condense that space that Vendetta has to work with, you might be able to find more ways to get those openings and expose Ken in neutral.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be all about, I think, this matchup is going to be very decided here in the first couple of just seconds to minutes. If Senn can continue this lead right here, where you get these in, but you don't get that trade back, that's exactly what you have to do with Sheik. You've got to weave in and out. But if you're getting even trades, they don't end up even in the long run. You can see that Vendetta right there on the side, just a few hits, and it's already going to be a stock almost, down tilt just the edge of it. But this time, the strong hitbox into the confirm, and one stock already in the books.
And this is what we were alluding to earlier on in the game. It's where when Vendetta does find those initial hits to create an opening, it generally just leads to 30-40% in such rapid succession. It almost seems like Vendetta's adapted the game plan of Senn, trying to get you to panic and choose an option early.
I completely agree with that. He's just waiting on Senn to take the options, picking those options a little bit too early, catching him with a back air right here. Vendetta looking very, very strong against, again, very talented player here, very talented Sheik. But right now, it's been all Vendetta. We're going to see, can Senn, again, he is on his last stock potentially here. Can he make it with some magic as they try to reset back to neutral here on Town and City?
Vendetta just doing a really good job kind of keeping this tempo slow and trying to avoid a lot of these kill setups coming in from the up air, and doing a good job weaving around using focus and almost commanding stage with some of that quick mobility that Ken can use to get good stock closed out by Senn.
A great confirm there off the needles into the up smash. Tough to get that strong hitbox on that, but he does get it, gets the stock with it. And that's exactly the step that you need to make. Again, Sheik can play so safely here. You've got a lot of time on the clock. I suggest you milk that, get your space, come back in and out, weave in. But right now, Vendetta is calling out every option when Senn wants to approach, though finally gets a nice little fair screen going across the stage here. But look at how little damage it does overall with up air, even at that blast zone. It's not going to be able to do it. That's why I say you've really got to continue to be on your game if you're Senn and you want to win this.
Yeah, you really have to keep your advantage state so impressive if you are in Senn's position, and a really hard call out coming in on the side of Vendetta. But like you said, Vendetta felt like he was in disadvantage for all of 40 seconds. And
yeah.
Only 80% on the board. And the Rage Shoryuken closes out the game. Vendetta with a commanding 2-0 victory.
Yeah, again, that's the difficulty.